Hello and welcome. My name is LeForce. A few weeks ago I had the opportunity to be at a seminar, a workshop, presented by the incredible poet David Whyte. It was called The Art of Creating a Beautiful Mind. And during that weekend, as many people experienced, David's poetry is so powerful, it has such evocative images that it often touches a deep part of us and sinks into places inside of us that we didn't even know existed. And one of the things that came to my mind as I was listening to David present was this feeling and this sense that I had lived my life, and I know many people have lived their life from a place of you could say undeserving, unworthiness, like we don't deserve the blessings that life are giving to us. And also from a place of not really walking on the ground of our own life. In fact, that was one of the images that David used during that weekend, was walking on the ground of your own life. And he had the images of birds in some of his poems, or flight in some of his poems. And so these images formed together into this poem that I'm going to share with you in a minute. I actually wrote the poem down for David and wanted to give it to him, speak it to him. And I attempted to do so a couple of times during the weekend, and David is a very approachable man, but for whatever reason he wasn't willing to hear the poem, I think because his mind was on the workshop and he didn't want to have it distracted. So he accepted the handwritten poem that I gave him, but wouldn't let me speak it. Now he accepted it at a moment when we were going to be doing an exercise with partners, and I didn't have a partner, so I got up walking around and he was walking, and I gave him the poem then. But right after that, he called for a chance for people to raise their hand and speak. And when he did that, even though I was nervous and anxious, and even though I had put this poem on a piece of paper that I had given to him, so I no longer had it in front of me, I knew that I had to share this poem with him. So I stood up, I asked for the mic, and I stood up, and I delivered this poem. It's called It Was Your Voice. So what I'd like to do is share this poem with you, called It Was Your Voice, that I wrote for David Whyte. It was your voice. It was your voice. The whispered voice in the shadows I had learned to ignore because I believed a bird with broken wing is meant to die and does not deserve such fierce tenderness. It was your voice. From the witness stand, speaking in my defense while I hid in the shadows, refusing to walk on the ground of my own life. It was your voice urging me to stop hiding behind my plea of not guilty and challenging me to stand before the gathered assembly and declare I am guilty as charged. I am guilty of using my wounds to excuse living the flightless life. And it is your voice whispering that life asks of you nothing less than everything, knowing you can never give it. It asks you to proffer your broken heart over and over again, knowing it has yet to be broken open enough for you to walk through that crack into the unspeakable abyss and irrevocable beauty of who you may become. To walk through that crack into the unspeakable abyss and irrevocable beauty of who you may become. And so often in life, we have these secret shames, or we have these hidden guilts, or we have our excuses and our reasons that prevent us from stepping into our fullness, from shining our light fully. And this poem is an invitation, a challenge that I put to you and also to myself, that when that crack is open, even though your heart has been broken once, twice, over and over again, even though it's been broken, when that crack is open from the breaking of your heart, that you walk through that into the beauty of who you may become, that you let yourself shine even brighter and even more fully. So if you've enjoyed this poem, please post your comments below. Please share this with others, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thank you.